Hello. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. We are back. We are back for another video. Yes. Uh y'all, I've been rolling today. Y'all hear me? Y'all got me twice today. Y'all got me twice today, honey. Yes, yes, yes. Thank y'all for coming back and joining me. Um, I know y'all supposed to be cooking and all that great stuff tonight, but thank y'all for coming back and joining me for the review of Love and Marriage Huntsville. I've been cooking too, y'all. I've been cooking too. Cooking and wrapping gifts still. But yes, we are we are moving right along. So thank y'all for being here. All 61. I see you guys still coming in. I see you guys still coming in. Let me see what mods I have. Let's see what mods, because Miss Rose Armstead had a mod for me earlier. I didn't have no mods. But she stepped on in there. Thank you so much, Rose Armstead. Let me go and give you a shout out for that. I see Linda Gamble is here. Thank you for being here, Linda. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Who else I got? Who else I got? Who else I got? Okay. Anybody else want to step in and help out? I don't think we're gonna have nobody up here acting a fool tonight. If we do, y'all know what to do, honey. Get them on out of here. All right. I see y'all coming on in. Please hit the like button though for me, guys. Please hit the like button for me. Oh, I say happy holidays. Happy holidays, guys. It's Christmas Eve. Y'all ready? Y'all ready for Christmas? Everybody done cooking? Everybody? I'm not. I mixed up my dressing already. That we're going to the oven tomorrow because I don't like my stuff like warmed up like that. I'm real bougie. I'm a bougie eater. So I mix it up like the night before so all the juices and stuff can kind of, mesh together. And then I'll pop that bad boy in the oven tomorrow and get everything else up in there too. So yeah. So I'm slowly getting into the Christmas spirit. It's slowly starting to get on me, okay? It's slowly starting to get on me. All right. Are we ready for our review? I see y'all in here. I see y'all in here. Okay. What is this? Season 6, episode 30. Okay. Happy holidays to you and your family. Same to you. Same to somebody said done cooking. Oh, I'm jealous. I'm jealous. See, you should have came over to help me cook. Said we got you. Somebody said we got you. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So let's get into this review. Or did y'all want me to sing y'all a little Christmas song? Because somebody asked me to sing Silent Night. So I don't want to be selfish. I don't want to be selfish. Yes. So y'all want me to do the Christmas song now? Y'all want me to do it later? Because somebody asked me to do a Christmas song. Y'all want to know on the front end or the back end? Let me know. Because if I don't wait on the back end, somebody said I can. Okay. I don't really prepare to sing tonight, y'all. But I'll do it. Because somebody said sing, please. I said, come on. Great. I'm sorry, I missed the first time. Oh, it's okay. You can always do the replay, dear. Somebody said front end. Okay. Well, we'll do it. Somebody wanted me to do Silent Night, so somebody said yes, Silent Night. I think it was Shirley Terry that asked me. So okay, we'll do Silent Night. I'm sorry, I got my phone up. Okay. We'll do Silent Night. Ooh, and I didn't warm up either. Ooh, let me drink some. All right, so we're sipping rum tonight, okay? All right. Woo. All right, here we go. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round young virgin, mother and child. Holy infant, so tender and mild, sleeping heavenly peace, sleeping heavenly peace. I'm sorry, I didn't warm up, but there you go. There's a little bit of Silent Night, okay? Sorry, y'all, my voice cracked. I did not warm up, okay? But there you go. All right, so let's get into the show. Season 6, episode 30. That was not my best, but there you go. I always like to do what I say I'm going to do. So, yes, All right, so Houston, we have a Kiki is the title of this episode. Y'all gotta say, this episode made me very, very irritated because this whole Mel and Martel back and forth bullshit. Like, I'm just like, okay, y'all are divorced. We're tired of hearing about the two of y'all fighting, who did what to whom, who cheated, who cheated. I'm like, over this shit. But let's get into it, y'all. All right. So the episode starts with the cast meeting up in a room with Chris and Nell to have some type of group activities. They're still in Houston at the house, okay? Chris is telling them to kind of gather around to begin the festivities. So Nell explains the activities that they're going to be doing, and Nell says that we really need to know who has trust issues with each other, and that will be who we're going to pair you guys up with, okay? All right, so what they're gonna do is like this game, like this trust game, where they're gonna be where you hold your arms out and you fall back like a fall trust type game, and the other person is supposed to catch you. So Martel says, "Oh hell no," because don't nobody really trust his ass like that anyway. He was like, "Oh hell no," like he didn't want to play it. So Marceau says, "But we have trust issues," so that's what he was saying to Martel. So Nell then says, exactly, that's what makes it interesting, okay? So Kimmy, she appears to be kind of clocked out, I noticed. Kimmy, she's kind of looking around, she's kind of disconnected, like she ain't feeling it and looking all crazy. So then Nell, she kind of gets hyped up and she's saying, okay, guys, come on, guys, all right, let's do this. So she's jumping up and down, excited to do this activity. So Chris calls Stormy and Tisha up first. So Tisha says, but we're on the same team. Like me and Stormy on the same team. Why y'all calling us up? So it ain't about that. They're picking who actually have trust issues because they've actually had issues before. All right. So Kimmy says to Tisha, says, all right, let's go. So everybody's kind of standing back watching to see if the other person is going to get dropped or if the other person is going to catch them. Okay. Y'all cracking me up in the comments. So Tisha falls back. She puts her hands out. And Tisha falls back, but she didn't go all the way back. I said, see, that's all that stomach fat that's holding you forward. So you're trying to fall back. But all these, these tummy tucks that you done had, they ain't holding up. Because you had a whole bunch of stomach poking out in the front. That's why you didn't fall back, Tisha, because your stomach was holding you forward. But so Stormy says to Tisha, she says that I'm right here. Like, why you didn't fall back? I'm gonna catch you. Like, fall on back, girl. So Nell was like, really, Tish? I don't know why she called her Tish. Like, really, Tish? Like, why you didn't fall back so she can catch you? So then Nell calls up Mel and Martel, at which, Mel kind of wasn't feeling it because she had already told Nell and Chris, like, look, I know we're going to be here for the weekend, but don't be pairing me up with Martel. Like, I really don't want to do anything with Martel. So she told them, she forewarned them, don't be putting her and Martel in any type of situation. But here goes Nell, ignoring everything that Mel done told her, and call Mel and Martel up there to do the whole trust thing, okay? Thank you so much, Woo Woo, for the super chat, my dear, okay? I appreciate it. She says, love your singing. I wish my voice was, yeah, I ain't been singing today, y'all. So my voice is still kind of asleep, but thanks so much, okay? So Mel goes via confessional. She says that whenever people keeps putting you in situations that you don't want to be in, like she was like, I trust the ground more than Martel. So she was like, I ain't trying to be playing no damn game with him, and especially not falling back for him to trust, for him to catch me. Like, I don't trust him like that. So Martel is standing behind Melody to catch her. All right. So, and then Nell does the whole countdown. 1, 2, 3. And then Mel, she just lays on the floor. She's like, yeah, no, I ain't doing this. I'm going to just lay on the floor because she wasn't trying to be falling back for Martel to catch her. All right. So then Martel is noticeably still wearing his wedding band. I noticed. Like, what the hell, Martel? He is still wearing this damn wedding band like he's still married. Like, I guess he's trying to fit in with everybody else. Like Tisha and Marceau, they got on their wedding rings and everybody else. So he don't went and put his shit on. Like him and Mel or somebody still married around him. So Melody, of course, is paying him no mind while he's no mind rather while he's looking stupid standing up there. So Martel, he looks at Melody like, really? Like when she didn't fall back for him to catch her. But Melody was like, yeah, no. So then Melody goes via confessional. She says that when it comes to trust with him, no, sir, no, ma'am. She says, and not tomorrow. And I was like, girl, I know that's right. She was like, I ain't about to fall back for this fool to catch me. So then they kind of switch. Okay. So now it's time for Melody to catch Martel. Martel then kind of gives Melody like this little forewarning to say, okay, now I'm your kid's father. And I like, don't let me fall. And I would have been like, yeah, that's exactly what you gonna do. So then Chris counts down. And 3, 2, 1, or 1, 2, 3. So then Martel, he falls back, like just like he knew Mel was gonna catch him. He falls back and hits the floor, and everybody bust out laughing. I was like, fool, you knew you were gonna hit the floor. You knew Mel was not about to catch you. So Melody just kind of looks down at him like, yeah, get your ass up, because ain't nobody tell you to fall like you thinking that I was gonna sit here and up and catch you, okay? So, like I said, everybody's laughing at Martel falling, and he's looking surprised, like he really thought Mel was gonna catch his ass. So Martel goes via confessional. He says that when Melody didn't want to catch me in the trust fall, it was expected. So then why you fall back like that, Martel? He said it was expected that Mel didn't catch him. So next up is Courtney and Marceau. Okay, so we know the two of them have had some words and some issues or whatever. So Marceau this time is catching Courtney. So Courtney, he falls back, and Marceau actually catches him. So they actually did the exercise as they were supposed to. Everybody kind of cheered like, okay, yeah. So then Tisha and Stormy, they're up next again. So Tisha is supposed to be catching Stormy this time. So Stormy, she reaches her arms out and she falls back, and Tisha, she like there with her lips all pooched up, and she catches Stormy. Okay. So Tisha goes via confessional with her little her sparkly prom dress on, child. And she says, I may have had my moment of hesitation, but I have to believe that she's going to catch me like I did her. So they switch it up, and then Stormy then catches Tisha, okay? So Tisha falls back, like I said, and then Stormy catches her. So while everybody is happy and everybody's having fun doing this exercise or whatever, Kiki is walking up the driveway and getting ready to come in. Now, they don't even know, mind you, that she's coming. So it's going to catch everybody by surprise. And the whole energy just kind of changes at the sight of Kiki, which I feel like, and I said this before, I don't feel like Kiki should have come on this trip. One, you didn't even bring your husband. I mean, this is kind of like a couple's trip. The only person that was the third wheel of everybody else was Martel, which I don't even think his ass should have been there. But upon Kiki walking in, it just kind of changes the mood and the vibe of the entire trip. So she's walking up the driveway. She got on her little Daisy Duke style with her little shirt, her black t-shirt on. It says rookie on the front, which we all know she is not a rookie, honey, when it comes to that drama. We know that. All right. So everybody there, they still doing their clapping and happy with everything that's going on. Kiki walks in, hola, hey guys, yeah, I'm here, and everybody like, it's like a record scratch. Everybody's like, what the fuck is she doing here? So Tisha, of course, she's looking like, shit, what the hell Kiki doing here? Marceau's whole facial expression changed. Kim and Maurice, they kind of looked at each other like, are we really doing this? Everybody just kind of looked weird. Nell, she just kind of looks around to read the room to see everybody's response in terms of Kiki coming in, because she is the one that told Kiki she could come. Okay. But yeah, so Tisha's confessional. Tisha goes into confessional. She says, I don't know why she's here. She says that we have enough drama in this group already, and I'm not even, she said, I'm not angry at Kiki right now. I'm just done with Kiki. So Kiki goes around and she hugs everyone. She's greeting them. Of course, she skips Tisha and Marceau because she don't know the vibe with them or how they feel. Because I think the last time she actually saw Tisha was when she threw the drink on her. So, and of course, she hasn't apologized or anything to her. So it's just kind of weird to be in that space with them after that particular altercation between them. So Nell then said, I want to explain to you all why I invited Kiki here. She says yesterday she called and she asked me, and she said Mel asked her to give me a call. So when she said that, everybody was like, thinking that Melody may have opened the door for Kiki to come. Okay. She says, I had to make a decision. She says, so whether to invite her on this trip or not. She says, I'm willing to give you a chance to be here, Kiki, and to try to move forward, because that's what team building is about. Okay. So Marceau and Tisha, they kind of looking salty, honey, as a bag of Lay's potato chips. I'm talking about the big bag. They are looking salty as hell that Kiki is here. They don't want that shit. Child, they don't want her there. So Tisha is looking like a burnt cowardly lion over there, child, with this damn hair, with a whole attitude, looking like her damn mama standing over there with the stank face and everything else. I said, look at her looking like a damn mama with all that damn weave in her hair. So then, so Nell kind of continues on. She says, let's put the differences aside, and let's try to have a good time with each other. So Nell says to Kiki, she says, I'm gonna give you the floor. She says, is there anything, Kiki, that you want to say? So Kiki replies, sure. She tried to have like a little, like a joke. She tried to throw a joke in there to try to break the ice, but everybody was like, bitch, we trying to see what you about to say, because you so unpredictable right now. So Kiki says, she says jokingly, I ain't gonna sing now, okay? So you're looking like, okay. It's like, what are you doing here? Like, get to it, girl. So Kiki says to everyone, she says that to everyone who was at Kimmy and Maurice's barbecue, she says, I want to apologize, for causing a disruption. She says, and Kimmy and Maurice, I did violate you guys. She says, and Tisha, I apologize for throwing the drink on you, and I violated your space, and I'm happy to be here. So that's kind of how she said it. Tisha, she just goes, like, she just kind of gives like a little nod, but she ain't really feeling it. You can tell she's still kind of standoffish, like, yeah, no, I ain't feeling it. So Kristen says, Kristen says, Maurice and Kimmy, do you guys accept, Kiki's apology? And Maurice says, he was kind of reluctant. He says, I accept your apology, but it's been like a month and a half since the situation happened. Like, why you couldn't give us this apology a month and a half ago? Why you waiting now? Like, why now? Kimmy says, yeah, it's been a while. Like, it's actually been a while. We would have liked our apology a month and a half ago. So Kiki then responds. She says that I felt that I interrupted one of the most, devastating things for you, Kimmy, meaning her cancer, where they were supposed to be celebrating her. That was what the barbecue was really supposed to be about, a celebration for Kimmy. She says, and I ruined a huge celebratory moment for you. She says that I didn't know how to face you, which is why I hadn't apologized yet. All right. So Kimmy says that I feel that a month, after the fact is like a bit down the road, don't you think? So Tisha kind of nods, like, true, like, yup. So then of course Kimmy is kind of side-eyeing Tisha, which I noticed, because you guys know the two of them kind of work off each other's energy. Kimmy she's been in the game long enough with this whole Scott thing. She's been Scottonized, and that's something I just literally made up. She's been Scottonized. So Tisha has put into Kimmy's head that anytime that there's some type of mess going on, especially when it comes to Kiki, that you are not to side with the op. In Tisha's mind, Tisha feels like you have to side with me because we're Scots. You're my sister-in-law, you're a Scot now. So whatever happens, I don't care if it's male or whoever, you have to side with me. And if you don't, then it becomes a problem. So now I think that Kimmy doesn't want to have a problem and have to have this long, drawn-out conversation with Tisha. So she kind of looks at Tisha like a side eye to kind of read the room to see what her energy is like. And so, of course, she kind of goes against Kiki, and she's not feeling Kiki, okay? And she makes that known. So Nell then asks Tisha, says, do you accept Kiki's apology? So, of course, the cameraman put the camera right on Tisha, like right in her face, to see what her response is going to be. Which that made her, I feel a little uncomfortable. She's reluctant to say if she accepts the apology, but then she says, sure. She says it like that, like, sure, which really you could see that she had like some type of evil demonic spirit or something on her ass, because she was sure. You could tell she didn't accept it. She didn't want Kiki there. And I feel like the situation between Kiki and Tisha is a little jealous of Kiki in a way, because she feels that, Kiki is more outgoing. Kiki is a little bit smarter than Tisha, so that kind of intimidates her. Kiki is well-spoken, a little bit more well-spoken than Tisha, so that kind of makes Tisha feel a little insecure a bit. And I think that Kiki kind of feels that Tisha has opportunities that she wants, like being on TV. She wanted that. And the fact that Tisha feels like, since she was on this show first, she feels that Kiki is coming for something that she felt that she already had. So she doesn't want Kiki on this show, because she doesn't want Kiki to steal her shine. So anything that she can do to separate herself from Kiki, to keep her from being on this show or getting any type of shine or clout or anything, that's what she wants to do. Kiki's already said that the two of them have always fought their entire life. They have a love-hate relationship, and they've also been kind of pitted against each other rather, to where, and Wanda was behind most of this, kind of comparing them and kind of making the other feel that they're better than the other. So Tisha has always competed with Kiki, and that is why their relationship is the way it is. So Tisha, she just rather not fool with Kiki, which she thinks that's gonna probably make her be off the show. Okay, so if you've ever grown up in a situation where you've been pitted against someone else and you've always been compared to them, then it's going to always raise an issue, and that's the issue between them that I see. Okay, so Nell then kind of gets emotional. I ain't see no tears, and I told y'all, if you crying, I need see some tears. All I saw was the face get scrunched up. It seemed like she was kind of trying to fake cry because she knew that she effed up by inviting Kiki there, and she didn't want them to tear off on her ass for that, because nobody was feeling Kiki being there. Mel tried to advocate for her. Stormy did speak up for her, and I appreciate that, because it shows that she was being a true, genuine friend for not turning and being on everyone else's side, because the majority of the room was against Kiki being there. So I can appreciate that with Stormy, that she kind of stood her ground and was still the same friend that she was when it was just her and Kiki. Okay. So Nell, like I said, gets emotional, and she says that she doesn't want anyone to leave the trip, and she didn't want anybody to feel out of place. Okay, so Mel and Stormy, they kind of go over to Nell because she's become very emotional. Okay, and she's starting to fake cry. I'm gonna say fake cry. All right, so then Tisha goes via confessional and she says, I'm confused. She says, ain't this the same group of people who saw her assault me? Now she's in here prancing alone. This is what Tisha is saying. So Marceau kind of, Tisha actually walks out of the room where everybody is and walks into the kitchen area by herself, and she's in a fake cry. She's wiping her eyes. Ain't shit coming out her eyes. She wants sympathy at this point. Tisha wants her way. This is something I've noticed about Tisha. When Tisha wants her way with something and she's not getting her way, she tries to do this sympathy bullshit type stuff where she wants people to feel sorry for her so that she can get her way. And she's done it for so long until Marceau kind of falls victim to it all the time. And she's hoping that everybody else in the house will do it because they know that Kiki threw this damn drink on her. And she is putting 20 on 10 at this point. I feel like it happened a month and a half ago. Yes, it was wrong for her to do it, but you're an adult. Move past it. You don't have to fool with her. You don't even really have to deal with her on this trip. Ignore her like you say you always do. You have a good time doing what you do, and don't even fool with her. Okay. So she's standing in the kitchen, like I said, and she's doing this little fake crying where she's wiping her eyes and shit. Marceau goes in there to check on Tisha and ask her, is she good? Tisha replies, yeah, like, yeah. So she's doing this pity party. So then Tisha says, I just feel played, you know. She says that Nell knew that Kiki was coming and never said nothing to me about it. Well, who the fuck are you? Let's pause right there. Who are you, Tisha? She don't need to tell you anything. She don't have to tell you that somebody's coming. This is a trip that she put together with her husband. You agreed to come, so you cannot control the narrative in terms of who comes and who goes, Tisha. If you have a problem with her being there, then avoid her. Didn't you say at the cookout, I can ignore anybody. I'm just going to ignore her. So do the same thing now. If Nell told her she could come, maybe it was messed up for Nell to invite her, knowing that there were issues between the two of you guys. But she invited her to be on the Kumbaya, not knowing that Kiki and you were going to be having this issue. Maybe she didn't know the magnitude of you guys' issue. But you are putting 20 on 10 in this situation and blowing it out of proportion because you want your way. So Chris goes into the kitchen while Tisha and Marceau are in the kitchen to check on Tisha to see how she's feeling, because it's noticeable that there's an issue. All right. So Chris goes in and says, y'all okay? Marceau says, well, Tisha and Nell need to have a conversation. Okay. Says that she's feeling blindsided by the fact that Kiki is here. So Tisha says, yes. And that's not cool. That's what she's saying to Chris. Steady wiping these imaginary tears. So Marceau then says to Chris, says it was worth a conversation prior to her coming here. Once again, they don't owe you anything because this is their rental house. This is their setup. You guys are coming as guests. Whoever they decide to invite. If you don't like that person, be adults and stay in your lane, stay in your room, stay on your side of the room, and don't even, fraternize with them. I mean, that's what grown-ups do. I can be in a room with somebody that I don't fool with, and I don't even see you. I'm very good at ignoring people. You could be standing beside me right here, and if I don't fool with you, I don't give you no energy. And that's all Tisha had to do, but she wanted what they call a moment. That's all she wanted. So Chris was like, are you guys coming back in the room? Y'all coming back out there with everybody else? Tisha's kind of staring out the windows. Now she's acting like a 3-year-old. Chris is talking to you, trying to engage in conversation with you, the same one that you said they should have had prior. Now he's coming in to check on you as the person who invited you on this trip, and you're standing there acting like a 3-year-old, looking out the window, ignoring him, having a moment. What the hell? Okay, so Marceau just kind of looks at her like, damn, Tisha, like, snap out of this shit. I'm tired of you acting like a 3-year-old, and I know he gets sick of that shit too. So Tisha responds to Chris by saying, you know, I'm gonna gather myself, and you know, and then I'll be in there. Okay. I was like, girl, you would have thought Kiki done slapped her ass and threw another drink on her the way she was acting. Okay, just crazy. So Chris was like, oh, okay. And then he walks out. He goes back into the room where everybody else is. So then Melody says, I feel that everyone was receptive, you know, when we were talking. She says, I don't know where they went to. Like, she don't know why Tisha is acting the way she's acting and why she chose to walk out of the room after Kiki said what she said and everybody else was engaging in conversation. So Chris says that, you know, they're coming back, that she's just kind of gathering herself right now. So Mel was like, oh okay. So then Nell says that I'm going to talk to Tish and Marceau. All right. So of course she's, you know, still crying or whatever. So Nell goes into the kitchen to where Tisha and Marceau are, and she says, do y'all want her here? Do y'all want her here? She's in that tone. I was like, okay, Nell. She says, I told her that it may not go the way that she wanted to, and I one of those. I was like, Nell, okay. And I you know, I really didn't agree with it, you know, and Fletcher and I, we've been arguing about this whole situation about Kiki coming on this trip, you know. So Tisha says, well, Nell, she says, well, Mel is aware of our relationship, and I feel blindsided and portrayed. I thought it was betrayed, y'all. See what I'm talking about? Tisha, every time I try to give you the benefit of the doubt, you come with this bullshit. Tisha says, well, I'm feeling portrayed at this point. I was like, sis, it's betrayed. ICDC College ain't doing shit with you, Tisha. Let me just pause right there. ICDC College is not doing anything with you, sis. Now, you know, you love to throw out your degrees. Your mama like to throw them out there like you're the smartest person in the room, but you stay misspelling stuff. You stay out of order when it comes to words. You're not good with words. Maybe that's why you don't like Kiki. I ain't heard Kiki mess up no words like that yet. Now, she's a little country, but Kiki don't be out here misspeaking and saying stuff that don't sound right. Kiki ain't never been out here saying, I'm feeling portrayed out here. And you said it with your chest like you just knew you were saying something, Tisha. Like, sit your ass down somewhere, child. Moving on. She said, you know, I would have expected a conversation from you and not letting me, you know, feel that that I'm feeling so portrayed right now. She kept saying it. I was just like, Tisha. Like, production, somebody let Tisha know that you feeling betrayed, baby. It start with a B, okay? Betrayed, not portrayed. I'm feeling like you about to say portrait or something, the way you were saying. I'm feeling portrait. That's kind of how it was sounding. Like you about to holler out portrait. You saying portrait. I said, Lord, come get your child. But child, ICDC College ain't did the damn thing with you. But now then says, I wanted to bring it up. And I was hoping that she just wouldn't even damn come. I was just hoping that she won't gonna come, even though I invited her. Okay. You ever invited somebody to a function, and then you got to thinking about that shit, and you was like, you know what? I kind of hope they ass don't show up, but they still show up. It's like, damn, fuck my life right now. Like, I really, really wish that they wouldn't show up, and they'd probably be the first one there. Like, damn. Kiki is kind of one of those people. Like, we really don't think her ass gonna be there. That's when she's gonna be there. And the loudest one in the room too. Nell then says, I apologize. Okay, she says that I made my decision. I'm going to try to fix this situation. She says, and I want you, hold on. She says, I'm going to try to fix my relationship with you, Tish. She says, and she's not staying. That's what she's telling Tisha. So of course, Tisha, she done helped out or whatever she's going through. Because that's all she wanted to hear any damn way, that Kiki was not staying. So she done pouted, baby, till she got her way. All right, so Nell walks out to go back in to address everybody else. She's still kind of crying a little bit. She says, I really do, Tisha. You know, I really do. I promise you, I apologize, and I promise you, I'm gonna fix this, okay? Is that really this serious? Maybe because I don't be doing all that crying. I don't be on all that crying and shit, but okay, child. I'm gonna fix it, child. So now, child, she kind of side hugs Marceau, kind of like they're in agreement. Like Marceau, like, okay, yes, thank you. Like, this is what we wanted to hear. All right, so Nell then leaves the room. All right, so Tisha and Marceau, they go back in the room where everybody else is. Nell goes via confessional. She says that I should have had a talk with Tish and Marceau first, okay, about this situation. So now I'm gonna fix this issue. So Nell addresses Kiki publicly where everybody is in the room. Kiki, she kind of knows something's up because, of course, Tisha and Marceau walked out. Nell then goes in there to talk to them. So she knows that something's coming up. So Nell says to Kiki, she says that I told you that I'll allow you to come here. But if the house is divided, then, you know, I'll have to ask you to leave. I'll have to send you away. So she says, unfortunately, Kiki, you ain't going to be able to stay. Okay. Which then strikes, you know, Stormy kind of looks like, what? Marceau cuts his eye. Y'all know how Marceau does when he get caught up in some shit. This is Marceau. He cut his eye over there at Kiki. Like, let me see what she about to do. Because we know how she snaps off when Kiki don't get her way. All right. Because she almost about beat my ass over there at the cookout. So he was like this with the eyes looking that way over there at Kiki. So Courtney says, well, she gonna stay with us. And Stormy was like, yeah, that ain't a problem. You know, that's what it's gonna be. She just gonna stay with us, you know, over at the hotel or whatever. So, yeah. So Kiki said, that's fine. She says, I'm not staying in the house. She says, and I'm most definitely not going to allow, especially not them, to dictate, you know, where I can and can't go. I was like, see, that's the wrong attitude. Now you just apologize. Now you about to make shit worse. They already don't want you there. Like, just say okay. Because really you shouldn't have come anyway, because you weren't in a great space really with everybody in the room except maybe, you know, Courtney and Stormy and then Mel. Everybody else really won't feeling with, you know, like feeling you like that. And it's just weird. I don't want to be somewhere like that where everybody kind of looking at my ass like, why the fuck is she here? So Tisha kind of turns around and looks out the window again, like she the body all the way turned around, looking out the window like she looking at some shit. I said, see, that's how your ass got clocked with that cup the last time in your damn face and got that drink thrown on you because you on that cockamamie bullshit. Like, turn your ass around and be grown. No, you don't like Kiki in this moment, but it's rude as hell, Tisha, for you to continue to act like a fucking 3-year-old. And that's why your fucking daughter acts like that. You are raising her to do the same thing, and somebody gonna throw some shit on her because it's rude as hell. You might not like what a person have to say. For a person who always wants to be heard, Tisha always want to be heard. But then when she don't get her way, she either walk out of the room, she either jump up and want to leave. But then when somebody else is trying to talk to her ass, is, oh, let me turn around to the window. I don't hear you. Let me ignore you like she did at the cookout, and then somebody throws some shit on you, and then you act totally oblivious and surprised that the shit happened. Like, girl. So, like I said, she turns around and looks out the window, ignoring Kiki while she's talking. And Nell then says that this ain't the energy, and I didn't want this to actually happen like this now. She says, now everybody gonna be divided again, and we can't move forward like this, all right? So Melody then asks, says, can I ask something? Said, did you say that you talked to Tisha? Says, did she say that it was a no in terms of Kiki coming? So Nell was like, pretty much. So then Marceau then says to Melody, says that you remember when you were having some issues with some people, right? And you didn't want to be around certain people, right? So Melody says, no, look, I'm not saying that y'all wrong for what y'all said. I was just asking a question. Marceau was ready to pop off on Mel. Mel was like, yeah, it ain't that. I'm just asking a question. So then Marceau says to Melody, says, I'm just saying that you as a friend, that it's a violation to me. Who are you? Who are you? Melody don't owe you anything. Okay? And I wouldn't say that you're a friend because then you help her husband cheat. What kind of friend is that? Like, nah, I wouldn't put friend on the front of that, sir. Like, it's given no when it comes to the friend. But Melody then says, what's a violation to you? So Marceau says that if you knew about this, meaning if you knew about Kiki coming to the house. All right. So now I'm gonna play you guys the clip. All right. I'm gonna save my voice a little bit, y'all. Oh Lord. I feel like I'm yelling. So I saved some clips so I can kind of play it for you guys and y'all can hear it in its entirety. And what kind of pissed me off with this situation is that Martel kind of jumped in the situation and made it about him and Melody and who cheated and who's taking up sides. And I was like, Martel, shut your ass up. This is about Kiki and Tisha's issue. And you done completely made it about yours because won't nobody showing you no attention and thinking about you. Let's play this bullshit.
Do y'all want her here?
So that's me.
I told her this may not go the way she wanted to. I really didn't agree with it. I said it before I knew it. I know she said she had spoken with Mel. Fletcher totally was against it. Me and him has been arguing about it.
I don't think that y'all understand how the relationship.
Well, Mel is very aware of our relationship. And I feel blindsided and portrayed. You're new. You may not know. However, I would have expected a conversation from you just to let me know, hey, your cousin reached out to me, and I want to make sure you feel comfortable with her being here because I do feel blindsided by that. Like, I feel like a portrayal. So, I can't even argue back with you because it's been weighing on my heart since I got the phone call. I don't understand why you had a conversation with me, though.
Mel is still talking to
I wanted to bring it up.
Marceau and Tisha.
I was hoping she just didn't damn show up. Well, I apologize. I made my decision. I'm still trying to build my relationship with you. She's not saying. I apologize, Tish. I do you. I really do apologize. I promise you I do. And I'm going to fix it. So I invited Kiki to Houston against my intuition, really because I had a soft spot for her. Unfortunately, Fletcher was right. I actually should have spoken with Letitia first. Marceau and Tish, I just had to talk to them in private, and it's a smack in the face from me. I told you I will allow you to come here, but if the house was divided, I'll have to send you away. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to stay.
Thank you, Marceau.
That's fine. I'm not saying that. Yeah, I'm not saying that anyway. That's easy. I just can't. That's fine. I'm not staying in the house. You ain't got to. But I'm most definitely not going to allow anyone to dictate whether especially not them, where I can and can't go. Well, that's the energy I didn't want. So now it seems like that energy is here. We all finna be divided again, and we can't move forward like that. Can I ask you something, Miss Mel? You said you talked to Tisha. Did she tell you it was a no? Pretty much.
Hey, Mel, do you remember when you were having some issues and you didn't want to be around people?
I mean, I'm not saying y'all are wrong at all. I'm just wondering how, because she's saying she's taking it. Y'all wanted she had that.
I'm saying you as a friend.
Yeah.
That's a violation to me.
What's the violation to you?
If you knew about this and you
I knew about what?
Kiki coming here.
I didn't know Kiki was coming here.
Okay. My thing is that just like we have our conversations and I say, hey, I didn't see all of that was happening. Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah. And I didn't see all of that. You guys get that same one story. Mm-hmm. You guys get that same one-sided situation.
What? So you didn't get all what? It ain't pertaining to me, is it?
Yeah, I think
this is Martel.
We went through the Mel versus Marceau. Martel comes back around, and we have exactly one side of a story.
So y'all believed Martel with the things he said to y'all?
But what I'm saying is, I'm there's two sides. Why are you so close to me?
What was said then? What was said to you about her that you just said? What you just said.
Two of us know the answer. All right. So
it ain't have nothing to do with Martel.
Get it straight out of the Rogers mouth.
This is serious for me. I really wish you could get in a good space. I am trying to build my relationship with your cousin. I'm very straightforward. I personally don't have anything against you. I also have to respect how she feels. Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, like, all y'all Rogers fans, I hate that. That's what all y'all. We Still team building?
Everything that went left.
Martel jumps in and says, all y'all are Rodgers fans, and I hate that shit. Like, who is talking to you, Martel? This conversation had absolutely nothing to do with Martel, and he had to have a moment because he wanted to be able to talk about Mel. That's all it was. He get on my damn nerves. He want attention. That's why he still had that ring on, because he want attention. Now, Martel, like I said, he starts drama. Martel jumped in to defend Mel, like Mel needed him to say something, and Mel won't. This wasn't even about that, Martel. This was not about that. Marceau asked Martel, why you so close to me? Like, he was all up in Marceau's face, and then had his hand up on his shoulder. He was like, why you so close to me? Like, back up. So Martel starts drama, talking about all y'all, like I said, all y'all are Rodgers fans, and I hate that shit. Like, we know, Martel, you hate anything as it relates to someone praising Mel or giving Melody attention when you're not getting it. So now you're going to start an argument, and it's going to come from left field, and everybody's going to be hella uncomfortable because you want to talk about who cheated on who and who cheated first, and you got all this, evidence, which we all know you don't, Martel. You're still looking for a moment, and you're mad that Melody will still not break down and take you back because you're struggling. That's all it is. So Nell makes it clear, okay, that Keke needs to go. All right, she makes it clear. Tisha says that Marceau, did you ask Melody what she did? Okay, or what did she do? And Courtney says, "Are we still team building here? Like, okay, we get ready to go if y'all gonna sit here and argue because I ain't about to stay here and do this. Okay." Somebody said I can't stomach hotel meat either. So Nell says it seems that everything just went left. Martel then says no, says that he didn't ask her nothing. Of course, he's trying to start some mess and make it about him. Martel then says that look at these two people right here, talking about Chris and Nell. Says that her and Chris, they always point the fingers at me. How we go from talking about Keke should not be in the house and the relationship between Keke and Tisha to Martel talking about somebody pointing the finger and making it about him? How did that happen? You're looking for a moment, Martel, and some camera time. That's what it's giving. So Nell then says to Martel, says that you ain't fit to try to shut me down. I like the way Nell kind of stand up towards Martel and let him know, like, yeah, I'm a female, but you're not going to punk me. You're not going to talk to me like you talk to Mel. I'm not going to back down from you. And I like that about Mel. But what I don't like is that Chris Fletcher stands back and allowed Martel to yell in his wife's face and be on this here in his wife's face. Like, he stood back like he was watching a fucking movie. And I was like, this is a great time, Chris Fletcher, for you to jump in and shut Martel's ass down and let him know, number one, we already had this conversation when my wife told me that you came to my house with that fake ass wine with them scuffed up fake ass pale ass red bottoms that your ass had on, looking like your ass been out there skating on the highway. I told you then, don't be yelling at my damn wife. Do not raise your voice at my wife again, and you own that shit again. But the fact that he stood back and didn't address it further lets Martel feel like he can continue to do that shit. Chris, you are giving moist vibes right now, sir. I need you to have that same energy that you have when you are, fussing at your kids, when you're talking to Martel, because he was out of line. He was out of compliance. He should not be raising his voice. He should not be on 10 when it comes to your wife. Nell should not be raising to the top of her lungs at Martel about some shit that don't nobody care about, which is who cheated first. Don't nobody care about that. Don't nobody care about that. So Martel says that no, he didn't ask her nothing. Trying, like I said, starts a mess. He says, look at these two, talking about Chris and Nell, always pointing a finger at me. Nell says, you ain't fit to try to punk me down. Martel yells at Nell and says that the questions that you guys ask about me, what did Martel do wrong? So at this point, he's yelling, like he's screaming to the top of his lungs. And everybody's kind of looking like, what the hell is going on here? How did we get here? Okay. So Martel says, not one time did you ask Melody, did she cheat on Martel? When did we start talking about this? Okay. So Nell yells back at Martel and says, I went back and forth and I asked her. Okay. So I was like, Lord. Martel then says, afterwards, yeah, you asked her afterwards. After you asked me. So of course, Chris is still standing there like he's watching a movie. Like he ain't heard nobody yelling at his wife, okay? He still ain't checked Martel yet. Nell, meanwhile, is still yelling and going back and forth with Martel while he is on this right here all up in Nell's face. All right. I said, oh, hell, that could have been my husband. He'd have laid his ass down. But anyway, Chris then comes up finally after he, everybody's just like, damn, Chris, like, motherfucker, can you make him sit down? So he comes down and he said, okay, can you guys lower your voice? I was like, nah, I need you to same energy Martel on. If Martel is yelling, you need to yell back at him and say, look, don't yell at my wife. And it need to be in the same tone so he'll know you're not playing with him. Okay? You too soft. I don't know if you're scared of him or what. I don't know if you're scared of Martel or Martel know a lot of shit about you because y'all know Martel get mad. He start yelling out everybody's business. But Martel made Kiki and Tisha's issue, like I said, about him because nobody was paying him no attention in that moment. Okay? So Martel says, well, don't be against me then. All right. So Nell says, I'm not against you. So then Nell says that you're just not accountable for shit. Okay. Martel says, I have been. He's yelling like that, guys. He says, I'm okay. I'm okay. It's 3 years and I'm cool with it, meaning since the divorce between he and Melody. So Nell says, with some people, it takes longer than 3 years, Martel. So Martel says that I'm not blaming Mel for nothing. I'm just talking about you and Chris and Marceau and him right there, talking about him, pointing at Marceau. So Marceau looking like, how the hell I get in this? All right. So then Nell says that I told you before, and I was honest with you, Martel. He says, and I'm a woman first. Nell says that I'm a woman first, so I sympathize with her, meaning Mel. So Martel says, so that tells says so then so tell that to Melody then too. And don't be just telling me. Says, don't blame it on me. You need to say the same thing to her. So then Nell says that I ain't gonna keep arguing with your ass. Okay. I was like, yes, Nell. She said, I ain't gonna keep arguing with your ass because I be done slap Martel in his mother effing face. I was like, production, roll that beautiful bean footage back. Because that's what Martel ass needs, somebody to slap his ass. All right. So Nell then walks out of the room and goes to another room because she got to cool off. She's pissed off at this point. All right, so then Stormy goes after Nell because, like I said, she sees that she's like super vexed. She's mad. She's ready to slap the hell out of Martel. Once again, Chris, you ain't gonna check on your wife because you see she's mad. You see she's in her feelings. You ain't gonna check on her to see why she mad. So of course Nell is in there. Stormy, she done walked in there. Kimmy, she done walked in to go check on Nell. And Melody walks in and Tisha, of course, she's in. So all the girls are in there to check on Nell to make sure she's fine because baby, she's 38 hot right now. So Stormy says to Nell, says that, hey, come on. Said that the whole time you said that you want to get everybody together. Now you in here, snapping off. Like, I need you to calm it down because we supposed to be having team building in here. So Nell face is looking like, fuck this team building. Like, I'm ready to build a knot outside Martel's head because he done pissed me off in here. All right, so she's still yelling. Nell's still yelling. She's still going off because Martel done pissed her the hell off. Like I said, Chris nowhere still to be found. He ain't went and checked on Nell yet. All right, so Kiki, of course, supposed to be gone from the house by now. She done shimmied her ass up in the kitchen and got her bowl of greens over there. She over there eating some greens and looking at everybody yelling back and forth. I was like, I thought your ass was gone. So she ended up tearing up them damn greens. I don't know who made them greens, but everybody was going in there getting a bowl of greens. In a few minutes, Marceau gonna be in there digging in the greens, child. I was like, Mel was eating some greens while Martel was yelling at her. I was like, them damn greens must have been good because everybody's eating them damn greens. So Mel, Tisha, and Stormy, like I said, they are all in there calming Nell down. Kimmy walks over to make some sense of things with Nell. Tisha tells Mel, says that Martel says that Mel has never admitted to anything wrong or anything. Okay, I was like, yo. All right, so I got another clip I'm going to play. All right.
What they need to do for their me time, for their calming down time. And now because you got caught cheating all these years, I was cheating? Man, get that out of here.
All the change behavior. That's all the change behavior behind you going to the hotel.
Because you was an ass. Still an ass. I hate that Martel is using time that we would agree for me to take as a mother, wife, business owner, just the time to still await. I hate that he's trying to use that to make it seem as if I was meeting men at hotels. What a way to project. Projection is real. Because we all know what you was doing. Mel has never asked me to pick sides. You have.
If she can finish, please. If she's up here digging a grave for me and y'all supporting her, y'all want to pick sides. If you want to be coming
yelling.
Want to be my friend, she's going behind y'all's back, my back, that. Trying to send me to jail.
Martel has never asked us to pick sides. He has
Listen to him.
right is right and wrong is wrong.
That's it.
I do wrong.
She said she did something. She cheated. We were still married when she went to the apartment. We were still married when she went to the apartment. It don't matter.
It matters.
It doesn't matter. We did not. Hold on. We still married.
I'm not going to cancel too. You should have cheated.
Of course I should not have.
And that's the bottom line.
You're right. I should not have.
The rest of it don't
But in the midst of it, like people say, no matter what, you shouldn't cheat.
Don't do
She
it.
still cheated.
You did.
You know you yelling at Stormy.
Everything after that would have been done. Question. Once one spouse cheats, everything after that is fair game.
Yeah, if it feel like it's done.
Kimmy, shut
If
up.
it feel like it's done, yeah. What I heard her say was she moved out because she thought it was going to be done.
No, we never talked about the one.
Attorney's already trying to get some papers.
What?
Are you kidding me? You thought I could move out?
Y'all have to show it then move it because OWN don't like us to show their stuff. Okay?
2017. I moved out, started talking to attorneys about what, divorce would look like, what my steps were. I went out on a few dates, right? But I thought my marriage was over. I know for a fact that he gets excited when it seems like things aren't going well for me. And I think that's because that makes him feel like if she doesn't do well, she'll come back. If she can't provide for herself, she'll come back. So Melody is not coming back.
Have to show it then move
Mel's
y'all.
been evil to us, so I picked Martel's side.
What was I doing? What was I doing that was evil to you? I wasn't checking for y'all. I wasn't checking for y'all. Since me and this joke 8 minutes ago, I've been checking for y'all.
No.
So watch this. So hear me. Since he and I haven't been together, I wasn't checking for y'all. So guess what? He did to me the same thing he's doing now. He puts batteries in people's backs. And like I told you in there, I did not know Kiki. I didn't know Lamh had talked to her.
And that right there in this kitchen, she felt betrayed. She felt that you guys, you and Neil and everybody stood on that. So I think that's worth for conversation.
I'm glad you told me though that Tisha felt like that, because I have a call with her privately to let her know that wasn't that.
Look, she gotta know it's genuine.
Right.
Bottom line.
Right.
Only thing you can do is be consistent.
All right. I'm trying to check her. It was imperative for me to make it clear that I did not make that call to invite Kiki to Houston.
So what's been going on in the group?
We just had a little dinner thing. Neil and Chris, they're hosting like a trip to Houston. I'm willing to see Tisha face to face,
Admit to my wrongdoings and say that won't happen again.
Well, maybe you can reach out to Miss Nail, girl, and see if she'll invite you to come. I could see that Marcel and Tisha were very bothered by her being there, and considering we're trying to get on a place where we're all cordial, I'll be honest, I didn't know if they had made up or not made up, but I didn't want Tisha and Marcel to feel like, oh, Melody's trying to start mess, because I didn't make that call.
I don't feel like you should be condemned forever because of your decision.
I understand that.
I will say that. However, I will say that you did. So I feel like you almost want to justify your first action because of her next action.
He don't want to hear nothing nobody got to say.
You shouldn't cheat. So did you cheat on Thursday? I think cheated on you.
No, sir.
Why not?
Because I was waiting on him.
How long did it take for y'all to get back together after y'all separated?
18 to 24 months.
And you didn't sleep with nobody else.
It was different everybody's circumstances.
Be quiet. It wasn't no difference. It wasn't no difference.
He telling somebody to be quiet. Why is he asking Chris and Nell? Why he asking Nell how long did it take for you and Chris to get back together after y'all separated? It doesn't matter, Martel. It's like he's trying to put a timeline on his relationship with Melody as to say, okay, we've been apart all this time, and now you should forgive me and come back because we've had this time apart and time to heal. No, nigga, you've done a whole lot in between this time. The difference between Chris Fletcher and Nell Fletcher's marriage and Melody and Martel is the fact that Chris didn't take Nell through the bullshit that you have taken Mel through, Martel. Chris did not take nailed to court trying to take the kids and trying to get child support, which their kids are grown. But he won't be on his petty bullshit trying to comfort her and take shit from her. He was working on himself. He was working on himself so that he can get back. Now, yeah, he effed up, and they were saying it was with a young girl that he cheated with. And Nell went over there and whooped the ass because she said it in an interview with Carlos King. She went over there and put paws on the girl. Okay, and then the fact, Martel, like everybody knows, you done had a whole baby on Melody. Then you allowed this side chick to be talking shit to Melody, calling your house and telling Mel, I didn't call to speak to you, put Martel on the phone. And then the fact that you still out here on the bullshit, even though this woman broke down and invited you on a trip to be on the Kumbaya so that y'all can be in a great space. Then you invite somebody who she don't even fuck with like that, which is the Scots, to her place that she paid for your drunk ass mama to come and invite and have a nice vacation with her and the family, and you still get there on the bullshit. You still want to be controlling. You still want to go on to dinner and rearrange everything that she put together, and then set it up to where you and her gonna sit at a table just so you can remind her that she didn't give you head when you wanted it, when you didn't talk sexy to her when she wanted it. So it's a give and take. She said to you, I want you to talk sexy to me. That's what I like in the bedroom. You're going to say, oh, I'm not going to talk sexy to you. Then, nigga, you don't get no head. I'm going to say it again. You don't get the grinding of the pepper, sir. That's just how it go. That's just how it go. If I say to you that I want you to ask me, whose twat is this? And you say, I ain't going to ask you that. Well, I'm going to put my drawers back on because we ain't talking no more. Let's continue. The ceiling fan is going off and the drawers is going on. And you can go do whatever you want to do with whomever you choose to do it with, because guess who don't care no more? Oh, that would be me. Okay. But Melody was saying that she moved out of the house and she got an apartment and she left Martel. Now, Martel is stuck. So he's trying to get off on a technicality as to say that, well, technically we were still married, so you cheated. Well, no. She moved out of the house because you continue to cheat. Mind you, by this time, it was 2 years. Motherfucker, 2 years. So you don't get to ask her shit about what she doing, where she going, and who she doing it with, Martel. Because Melody also said she caught you in the car, in the truck, with coleslaw. And when she saw that, that was the last straw. And that was after 2 years after she put up with your bullshit. She still was going to try to work shit out with you, but you were continuing to lie and play in her damn face, even through COVID. While everybody was at home scared that they were going to lose their life, Martel was sneaking out, going to go and see coleslaw. Then you sit your drunk, broke, ashy, non-working ass on this damn show and want to tell somebody they cheated? When you cheated for what? Before Melody left, a good 5, 7, 8 years? And had a mother freaking baby who still ain't talking, nigga. I don't know if that hoe had, and I got to call her that. I'm on that tonight. I don't know if that hoe had prenatal or not. Because your baby ain't right. And that's God's karma for your ass. When you're out here sleeping with a married man. I don't care who get mad because I'm saying it. Laying up with a married man. And now you walking around here with a child that's delayed and say he ain't. You 3 years old and you're not potty trained. You're not speaking. And that's the karma. And that's why she mad at male kids, because they're thriving and they are doing well. And she looking at her son like, you know, I really thought that this son was going to get me where I wanted to be in terms of being the next Melody. That's the only reason she had that baby. But Martel, your fucking karma is the fact that you sitting back watching Melody level up and you ain't doing shit in your life and it's bothering you. And you thought that she was going to get tired of being alone and come running back to you. That's what you thought. And she said it. Martel thought that I was going to start doing bad and that I was going to fail and need him and come running back. But I ain't coming back. She ain't coming back. That's the realization for your ass, Martel. When she filed for divorce 3 years ago and you still stuck. It is delayed. I said that shit. Let's put it up there. I really hope somebody come in my comment on the bullshit. He is delayed. You are 3. Nigga, you should be talking. You should not be still wearing pull-ups and or Pampers at 3 years old. Period. Oh, you read the rum. This done kicked in. Martel says Martel cheated and Melody cheated. This is what he's saying. Okay. So he's trying to make himself look good by saying that they were still married during the time that Melody moved out, as to say she had 100 men coming to her damn apartment, okay, and messing with all these people. She said, oh, I went out on a few dates. He knows that she went out on a few dates, because one of which he popped up with when he followed her. He was stalking her. After she gave you all the time in the world to get your shit together, you follow her to this restaurant and had your camera phone in her date's face. I remember it because I covered it. Made her hella uncomfortable. You didn't want her. You want to be with coleslaw, but then you want to take your drunk ass up over there and try to ruin her date because you couldn't finish what you started. So she pulled a you on you and you couldn't handle that shit. You gotta mess around because you're gonna run into a woman that pull a you on you. And when they do that shit, it don't feel good. Now you want to sit there and be technical. We were still married. We never talked about divorce. Nigga, ain't nobody gonna tell you divorce. If she's steady telling you, I'm not going to stay in a situation like this, you don't get to keep fucking disrespecting me, I don't need to tell you I'm getting a divorce. That is something that you should already know. Period. But because you slow and remedial, like the one that you just made, and the one that you messing with over there with that dry ass bun that she wears 365 motherfucking days a year, I gotta say it like that. That's what you chose. That's what you chose. You made an effed up decision. Live with it. Go marry this girl. Because you couldn't leave her alone to be with the queen. You couldn't leave her alone. Now your ass is laying up, sitting over there. Let's move on, child. You ain't about to have me hollering like Neil. Not about to have me hollering like Neil. So Mel says that she did go on a few dates. I ain't mad at it. Baby. I hope you got dug out good. I hope you got it all. Like she said, homeboy, and she said at the reunion, he gave me some fellatio. I don't remember giving him none, but I remember getting it. Oh, that made Martel lose his motherfucking mind. Oh, he couldn't stand that shit. Oh, he was mad as hell. Nigga was sitting up there on stage farting and everything. He was mad as hell. He was so damn mad. He was farting, clenching his teeth, everything he could when he heard that shit. And the only thing that you could come back with, your only recourse was, oh, I got proof. Nigga, you didn't have proof. The video you got is her giving you Dome as your wife. And you still ain't got no proof. If she made up her mind that she wasn't gonna be with you no more and she moved out and got a fucking apartment and she decided to go on some dates and she, had them say, hey, I'm done with Martel, I ain't fucking with him no more. She can be with whoever the fuck she want to be with. And I know. And I said it earlier in my live earlier, separation does not mean divorce. But if you made up in your mind, you moving on, I don't think that you should be still trying to be checking for a nigga that ain't really checking for you. Martel wanted to have his cake and eat it too. And he wanted Melody to still check for him because he wanted to have Melody and him and her and her and her. And yeah, I said him because you do kind of give moist vibes, Martel. Let me read you right quick before I move on. You give moist vibes. You be wearing blouses. Your baby mama already said you like men. I ain't say the shit. She said it. Okay, so that's what it's giving. I don't blame Mel for not putting her mouth down there, baby. Because your baby mama got bumps, but Mel don't. So she moved just in the nick of time, baby. Let's move on, though. Because I got some more petty in me, and I want to spread my petty tonight. Now, Melody says that she never invited Keke on the trip, okay? Now, if I was Mel, I probably wouldn't have brought the shit up in conversation because that kind of made Keke feel a little bit like she was indirectly invited because it was brought up to her that they were going to Houston. I feel like if Nell didn't personally bring the conversation up to Keke, then I don't feel like it should have been brought up because then it kind of put the battery in her back and had her wheels spinning like, oh, I'm going to go to Houston. The fact that she told her, okay, you need to call Nell and talk to Nell about it, it was kind of like an indirect. She feels it was an indirect invite. That's the way Keke saw it. Okay, that's the way Keke saw it. So Martel, like I said, he's gonna ask how long Nell and Chris waited before they got back together. Nell said between 18 to 24 months. Martel wanted to know, well, did you cheat on Chris Fletcher? And she was like, no. And Martel says, well, why not? And Nell said, because I was waiting on him. Okay. Now, mind you, they've been married over 30-something years. I get it. I'm not the type to go back. That ain't my steez. I mean, to each his own, potato. Oh well, jingle bell. That's what you chose. That's what you chose. You love him. Do what you want. I'm not gonna tell nobody what not to do. I'm just saying what I ain't gonna do. But Martel, like I said, Martel's situation is that he's expecting Melody to have the same, the same mess going on with Nell and Chris. You comparing your marriage with Melody to Nell and Chris, you feel like because Nell went back to Chris, that Mel should come back to you, and Mel is like, hell no, you've done too much. There's no coming back. You ruined it, Martel. So, like I said, he's wearing his wedding ring around Melody to show her that he wants her back. That's all it is. Melody's like, I ain't even seen that shit. I didn't even know he had it on. That's just how much she ain't paying attention to his ass. So he's doing everything he can to get her attention. All right. Martel is bringing up the 3-year bullshit with no proof once again. Every time they get together, that's his storyline, and everybody's tired of it. Go and look at the comments online. I read comments. Everybody's like, I'm sick of this fucking show. I'm tired of Mel and Martel arguing about this back and forth with the divorce. I'm tired of the shit too. Like, if he don't have nothing else to talk about, Carlos King, and I know you watch bloggers, baby, get his ass off the fucking show. He don't have no businesses. Okay, he ain't got shit going on. He don't have nothing else to talk about. He don't have nothing going on outside of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Get him the fuck off the show because we tired of it. Mel made her decision to divorce and change her name. That's it. That's it. She's already made it known she's not coming back. But he's mad that Mel decided to leave. Moving on. Martel remembers Mel in his conversations about their lives and the fact that they kind of mapped out their lives and how they were going to move forward and how they were going to grow and build. And now that he's seeing her do those things without him, he's pissed, he's mad, he's mentally displaced. There's a whole bunch of shit going on with Martel. He knows, and all the stuff that he and Mel talked about and what they were going to do. Mel has carried on to do those things by herself, and it's bothering him. So much so he's still upset, and you could tell the way he's screaming and hollering at everybody. Martel has a temper. Martel will never ever be anything but what Martel is. He's violent. Okay, that's the same shit that Marceau said at the reunion, that he's seen that aggression towards Coleslaw. She's scared of him. When the motherfucker pop up at your house, like she said, at 2:30 in the morning, Martel pops up at my house 2:30 in the morning because he wants to sleep with me. You gonna open the door because you scared. Because he can't do that shit to Mel no more. And that's bothering him. He don't have that control. Martel likes control. Narcs like to be in control. And he don't control her no more, so it's driving him nuts. So you trying to use this show, Love and Marriage Huntsville, as a means to try to control her, and that shit ain't working either. All right. So Melody asks Nell, says that did you? So Mel, hold on. So Martel asked Nell, did you cheat? Hold on. Okay. So Nell asked Melody, says that did you cheat on Martel? Says please give me some damn answers because I'm sick of his ass. That's what Nell said. That she's mad at this point. All right, so Melody looked like, what? Did I cheat on him? So Melody says the only time that I've talked to somebody is when I was not with Martel. She says no more. I wasn't with him no more. She says, and I never actually went back. And that's the only time that I actually talked to somebody else. So Nell says, okay, that's it. She says, there, Martel. I asked her right here on effing camera, are you happy? You good? Are you satisfied? Okay, so she's yelling at Martel. So Martel says, fuck that camera shit. We're talking about when when y'all were coming for me and when she was coming for me and she was hurting me. Typical narcissistic behavior. Melody said, hurting you? She said, woo, child, I can't do this. I can't do this victim stuff, child. She done went over there and got her some damn greens. She was like, I ain't about to do this. I'm going to eat me some damn greens, okay? And baby, she was slurping up them greens. She was slurping them damn greens up, okay? Martel then continues to say that all this stuff that you say, throwing stuff all in my face. He mad at this point, screaming and hollering. Nell then says to Martel, says that you are a typical narcissist, okay? You are a typical narcissist, Martel. Martel said, oh my God. Like he didn't know he was a narcissist. Oh my God. Yeah, that's who you need to call God. That's the only person that can save you at this point, you crazy fool. Martel then goes to confessional and says that Chris and Nell always say that they don't take sides, but here she is taking Melody's side and disrespectful. And this is the point of her pointing the finger like, Martel, you destroyed your family and you cheated on Melody. He says, nah, fuck that. Says that Melody cheated too. Once again, no proof. No proof, okay? Martel is trying to say that Mel cheated, and once again, ain't no proof, all right? He said she was still legally married, okay? She was still legally married, so he's looking for something at this point. Martel says that she cheated, I cheated. He's still on that. Melody said, hold on, excuse me? So she comes out of the kitchen, honey. She said, hold on, excuse me? She said, stop right there. Tell me when I cheated. Okay, and every time she does this to Martel, he starts that stuttering and looking crazy because he can never tell her when. So, so Mel says, with who and where? Meaning where, with who I cheat, who did I cheat with and where? Martel says at the apartment. How did he know that? Now you're telling on yourself. Are you stalking her while she moved out to get away from your ass? Are you sitting outside this said apartment where you done followed her at to see who is coming in and out of this damn apartment? Because how you know who's coming over there and what she's doing? All right, Melody says the apartment. She says, let's talk about the apartment. She says, March 2017, okay? She says, I found out that he was cheating for 2 years. I stayed with him, and in October of 2017, I caught him in the truck with Ariane, in which she said, baby mama, I'm going to say Ariane because that's who it was. She says, I left in December, and I got my own apartment. I moved out, and he and I, we did not get back together until April of 2018. So that was her coming back and trying again because he was lying and saying that he had stopped seeing Ariane and that he was working on himself and that he wanted to be a better man for her, which he was lying because the same time he had gotten a second phone and was still seeing Ariane and playing the fuck out of Melody, and she caught on to that and decided to go ahead on with the divorce. All right, so Martel said, okay, then let's go back before Martel cheated. Says that Melody used to leave the house saying that I'm going to the hotel for 2 days, and she did it often. He says, and that's when things started changing. He says the sex started changing. He says I started complaining for about a year before I actually stepped down on her. He says, as a man, what else can I do? Well, you did say that you ain't never make her have an orgasm. So you can work on doing that. And maybe, just maybe, she don't want to be at no hotel. Okay? If you laying pipe like you need to, instead of stuffing all them damn socks down there in your drawers, focus on pleasing your wife. That's why she don't want to be around your ass. Now you talking about coleslaw give you everything that you need. Well, if she getting on your knees and her knees is black every other damn night, and she over there doing that shit, because that seems like that's all you want anyway. Melody was saying, I'm not giving you nothing else that you want when you're not giving me what I want. So Martel goes on to say, no, just because you don't find out anything, okay? Well, let me back up. Stormy says to Martel, well, did you cheat first? Okay, says you did cheat first. That's what Stormy told him. Said, well, you did cheat first. Martel says, no, just because you don't find out anything, it doesn't mean that somebody not cheating. Okay, he's still on that. He got something to say about everything somebody said to him. So Melody then says that he's assuming, guys, says that everyone does what they need to do for their me time, okay? She says, and now after you were just caught cheating all these years, now all of a sudden I'm cheating. She says, man, get the hell out of here with that. That's what Melody says to Martel. Martel then says, all that changed behavior. He's still going. So Melody says the behavior changed because you're an asshole and you're still an asshole. That's what Melody told him. I was like, you better read the room, girl. So then Melody goes be a confessional. She says that I hate Martel's using a time that we agreed on to take as a mom and wife to steal away and making it seem that I was using it to meet men at hotels. She says, what a way to project, okay? She says that we all know what you were doing, okay? Talking about Martel, all right? Now, I don't condone cheating. I said it before, I don't condone cheating. Technically, they were married, still married legally, but she had already made up her mind to move on. I feel like if she need to get away and get a couple nights at the hotel to get away from his ass, because we see how he act on national television, baby. I know he's hell in the household. We saw how he bowled up on her in Vegas. I know he was a full-fledged, crazy-ass motherfucker in that house. And she had to get some days away from his ass to be able to kumbaya and center herself and get back to what she needs to. Because Martel is the type that will drive you crazy. Look at Ariane. Look at Ariane on original Straight No Chasers on phone calls. Nay. Her ass is batshit crazy. Martel drove this girl crazy, and Melody was not about to let him do that to her. So she had to have some time away from his ass. I couldn't be around Martel 24/7. Period. I'd have been on Prozac, bitch. He's crazy. And he wants to drive her crazy. And she ain't letting him. So Nell then says, Mel never asked me to pick sides, okay? Says, but you have, Martel. That made him mad. Martel says, if she's digging a grave for me, so he starts that yelling and all that shit again. I said, Lord. Martel says that she's doing that behind my back, and y'all just like, fuck that. You know, like ain't nobody taking my side, so now he's screaming and yelling again. So Melody in the kitchen eating her greens and laughing her ass off at Martel, and they're still yelling and carrying on about Melody, because he want her back bad, and you can tell. Like he is pleading his case. He is throwing it out there. He is throwing anything that he can. But Mel, she over there eating them damn greens. She ain't thinking about his ass because she laughing. So Tisha chimes in, and this is what kind of made me kind of sit up, and I'm like, okay, Tisha chimes in and says, Martel did say that right is right and wrong is wrong. And I was like, you need to shut your ass up, because bitch, didn't you help Martel cheat with Ariane when he was seeing her during the marriage? Do we need to talk about that, Tisha? We don't want to hear shit Martel got to say about right being right and wrong being wrong, because he was all the way wrong and he was never right. And at the end of the day, just because you didn't feel like you got what you needed, that does not give you the right to go out and cheat. So Tisha, you need to shut your ass up, because you sat back and knew about the shit and was saying the whole time that you and Mel were friends and knew Martel was seeing Ariane and helping Martel cheat with Ariane. Hell, y'all even loaned one of y'all cars to Ariane when her shit broke down, which it did many, many times. Marceau was taking money over there to Ariane. So you can't sit here and say nothing about right is right and wrong is wrong, Tisha, because you were wrong for sticking your ass in the middle of that and then wait for the opportune time to throw that shit up in Mel's face and say, well, that's why your husband buying somebody a BMW. See what I'm talking about? But you're supposed to be her friend. But then you turn around and use that against her. So you shouldn't have said shit about that. You shouldn't have said shit about that because you helped him cheat. And that was wrong. That's why your marriage is the way it is now. That's why your husband don't want to be around your ass now. That's why he continued to go out of the country without you. Okay. That's why he keep doing that shit and disrespecting the fuck out of you on national television and in your face. And that's what you get. That's your karma. Martel then says exactly, okay, after Tisha says what she says about Martel didn't say right is right and wrong is wrong. Martel says exactly. That's him. Then Stormy says, but she didn't cheat. Martel starts yelling, we were still married when she went to the apartment. I said, this motherfucker right here need to be on medication, because this don't make no sense. Martel says, of course, I should not have, okay? Of course I should not have, meaning cheated, okay? Stormy said, exactly, okay? Stormy then says to Martel, says, it don't matter no more. Like, it don't matter. Like, bitch, y'all, you forgot y'all was divorced? It don't matter. That's what she's telling him, okay? And it don't matter. Like, move on. Martel is still stuck. Martel then says that no matter what, you shouldn't have cheated. Like, no, nigga, that's what she should have told you. No matter what, you shouldn't have cheated. She didn't bring a baby in the equation. You did. And I feel like this. Had Melody really cheated on Martel, you would not want anything to do with Melody. You would be throwing out everything you could on Melody if she really cheated on you, because men are not so forgiving like women are. Women sometimes will just go back for the sake of the children and try to stay and work shit out. But with men, y'all be like, hell no, I'm done. You cheated, I'm out. Y'all packing up the PlayStation, you packing up your little bag, throwing shit in trash bags, and y'all moving the fuck on, because that's what you really wanted to do anyway. Okay? Women sometimes stay and put up with shit. But Martel, I believe if Melody really cheated on you, you really would have left. You wouldn't be fighting to be back with her and still trying to be with her if she cheated on you. I don't believe she cheated. I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. So Martel is still yelling because ain't nobody agreeing with him, and that's how he is. He's a whole narc. Nobody's agreeing with him, and they're trying to hold his feet to the fire, and he don't like it. All right, so Martel says that a man cannot win, okay, in this situation. And really, it ain't about winning. It's just about taking accountability, which is something you know nothing about. So Kimmy then jumps in like the side chick that she is, okay. She says, so once one spouse cheats, everything after that is just fair game. And I said, see, I won't go say nothing about your bald-headed ass tonight, Kimmy, because you shouldn't have even jumped in it, because focus on rolling over and taking it. What that mean? I don't give a damn. I'm gonna say it again, Kimmy. That you shouldn't have even said anything. You shouldn't have said anything, because I feel like you might have known some shit too, Kimmy. I feel like the way you and Tisha are friends like that, I feel like if Tisha knew that Martel was cheating, I feel like you knew it too. And Kimmy is always jumping in and taking up for Martel, right or wrong. And I feel like she might be a little sweet on Martel a little bit. I said it. Shut your bald-headed ass up, Kimmy. I said that shit. I did. Focus on rolling over and taking it like your husband told you to do, like the side chick that you are. You a side chick wife. It took this nigga 7 years to marry you. He strung you along for 7 years, and the only reason he married you is because OWN paid for y'all wedding down there in Miami. Otherwise, he never would have married you, and he didn't want to take you on no damn honeymoon. How long did it take you to go on a fucking honeymoon after you kept begging him on national fucking television to take you on a honeymoon? He didn't want to do that. He didn't want to do that. And he was talking about your ass on national television. I can finally buy her a Jeep now that her hair growing back. He was indirectly saying, well, her ass been bald all this time. She wanted to let the top back and let her hair blow, but the bitch ain't have none. So now she got a few sprigs up here in the top. Let me go on and get her this Jeep now, so them few little sprigs can be blowing in the wind. That's kind of what he was saying about your ass. Mm-hmm. So Stormy goes on to say, if she feels like it's done, then yeah, it's done, Martel. Like, why the fuck is we still talking about this? Stormy then also goes on to say that Mel said that she moved out because she felt that it was done, Martel. Okay, Martel starts yelling again. We never talked about divorce or anything. Well, your ass is divorced now, okay? Melody then yells out, I had already talked to about 5 attorneys by then, Martel. She in the kitchen and they're still eating her damn greens. I already talked about 5 attorneys by then, Martel. Martel said, what? Like, what? You already talked to 5 attorneys? That's the way he looking. I was like, this nigga, he looking crazy as hell. So Martel, like I said, act like he was blindsided. And yeah, like he was blindsided by the divorce. But nigga, you saw it coming, okay? Yeah, you were portraying like Tisha was over there. Martel was portraying like Tisha. But Melody then explains that that she first moved out, like I said, and she talked to her attorney, and then she went on a few dates. But she says that she thought her marriage was over. So Martel she said that Martel gets excited when it seems like I'm failing, because he thinks that I'm just going to come back, but I'm not ever coming back. That's what she said. Martel gets excited when he kind of feels like I'm failing. Okay, when he feels like I'm failing and I'm not going anywhere, like he feels like I got to come running back to him, because why this kept. She was the one that made you, nigga. She was on her building, nigga, when she met you. You didn't have shit when she met you. She helped pay your way through college, fixed your damn teeth, because you was out here looking like your ass was eating brick sandwiches with extra brick sauce. What else she do? She made you cut that shit off your head so you won't be out here looking like Sherman Hemsley with all this shit here in the front gone and all. You know, you were looking a hot damn mess out here, Martel. You were. you really were, okay? You on shit. You ain't know how to dress. You ain't know how to do shit. Melody actually made you. All right, she made you. So why you feel like she's gonna be the one failing and running back when you're the one that's failing and trying to run back? Okay. But that was Martel's plan, to put Melody in a place to where she would fail. Hence the reason he took her back and forth to court, trying to get child support and spousal support. He wanted to break her down to where she would feel like she needed him and run back. But she was like, no. Like Kimmy said, no. She was not about to run back. Okay, she kept her foot on the gas and left your ass. All right, now Marceau then says, Melody's been evil to us, so I picked Martel's side from the beginning. I don't know if he was being sarcastic, because we never know that with Marceau. Okay, we never know that with Marceau, so I don't even know how to take that, what he said. But Melody did say to him, she says that, what did I do to y'all since me and this joker ain't been together? She says that I ain't been checking for y'all. I was like, yes. So Martel then asked Nell, did you cheat on Chris after he cheated on you? And Nell was like, no. Like, why not? Of course, she was like, because I waited on him. Why I feel like I said this again? Anyway, at this point, like I said, everybody is tired of all the yelling and the hollering about Mel and Martel and this 3-year fiasco and their marriage or whatever. Thank you so much, Veronica Smith, for the super chat, dear. So Kimmy then says that people need to take accountability for their part in the situation. Once again, Kimmy, shut your bald-headed ass up. Melly don't need to take accountability for shit because she already took accountability when she decided to divorce him and move what they call the fuck on. She ain't checking for him. She don't care. That was her way of taking accountability. She don't fool with him. She's raising her children and trying to be amicable with him. He is the one that's causing all the ruckus. Martel takes no accountability, and you know that. But because you are trained to be a side chick, I mean, hell, you were in the middle of Maurice and Kaiwa's situation, and you ain't took accountability for that. So you should not ever use the word accountability. Again, roll over and take it. All right? Yes, I'm going to get your ass tonight. Roll over, girl, like a dog. Roll over and take that shit. That's what your husband told you to do. On national television, too. All right, so Mel and Tisha, they go to the side to actually talk, okay? They go to the side to talk to kind of clear the air about Melanie knowing about Kiki coming to the house because that's still bothering Tisha for whatever reason. Yeah, she's still acting like a 3-year-old. So Kiki, of course, she kind of looking at them talking because she know they're talking about her. She keep cutting her eye over there. She's like, okay, Melody, what y'all talking about? She's kind of trying to eavesdrop and read lips. Y'all know when somebody talking about your ass, you trying to read their lips and see what they saying. That's kind of what Kiki was doing. I was like, and she was zooming in too on them lips. So Tisha goes via confessional. She says that I'm happy that Mel didn't side with Kiki and invite her on the trip. She says that I'm happy. She says that I'm happy and Mel and I can be in a better space. You know, I was like, Mel's just trying to be cordial. Mel ain't fucking with you. Like, go check your social media and you still block. That'll let you know how much she checking for you, okay? Peace out. Go check your social media, girl. You still block. Mel ain't checking for you. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news. All right. But Chris announces he gets the damn bullhorn out again. And he said, okay, guys, we're getting ready to go ride some horses down there. Y'all go to your rooms and let's get dressed, all right? Y'all go get dressed, all right? Okay. So he's telling everybody go get dressed. Y'all go to your room. We're getting ready to go ride horses. They're kind of getting excited because they're ready to get away from this bullshit between Mel and Martel. Steady arguing back and forth. They're like, oh, thank you, God. Let's go ride some horses. So, bitch, I'm tired of Martel and all this damn screaming because I had a headache from just listening. All right, so Chris and Nell, they go via confessional, and Chris says that Kiki apologized, but she's not really getting it. Meaning she don't get it that even though you apologize, you turn right back around and I don't need to leave the house for nobody. You still on this shit right here. It just kind of gives poor taste. Really, what you should have done, Kiki, was just leave because nobody wanted you there. The energy just shifted and changed. It's like Kiki may have brought like maybe a bad spirit in the house because everybody was low-key getting along and high-key not giving a fuck about their issues until Kiki came in. And it just put a whole damper into where everybody was fussing and fighting. That spirit then jumped on Martel and he want to talk about everybody damn. He want to talk about them being divorced and nobody want to talk about that shit. I was like, where did this come from? It was like an evil spirit out of nowhere that just jumped from Kiki over to Martel and it put a whole damper on everything. Thank you so much, Evelyn Chambliss, okay, for the super sticker. I really appreciate it. All right, next scene. Let's get to the next scene. Nell said, oh, I'm sorry. Nell then says the team building is going... Team building is turning into team destruction. Okay, I agree. The whole team building thing just went to hell. So Chris and then Nell, they then say that hopefully horseback riding will make things change for the better because the tension was very bad in this group. They said that in their confessional. Okay. So moving on to the next scene is everyone they arrive at the horse ranch to actually ride horses. They greet the staff on the ranch. Nice ranch. They have the horses. I'm not into horses. I'm scared of that shit. I don't do live animals like that at all. So the Fletchers, honey, they say that Martel kind of devalued or derailed rather. They kind of derailed the situation with Kiki. Kiki is looking like she was trying to come around, but then Martel kind of jumped in and everything just kind of went downhill. And I totally agree with that. All right, so everybody is off the bus. Kiki then gets off the bus. Camera crew, they put the camera on her. Nobody's checking for her. Nobody's checking for her at all. Thank you so much, Miss Niecy Smith. Okay, she says nice recap. a great recap. Merry Christmas. Same to you, ma'am. Thank you so much for the super chat. Okay, y'all showing out with the super chats tonight. I appreciate it. So like I said, Kiki gets off the bus. It's like this bad aura. Everybody's just kind of looking like this bitch is still here, and why? That's the look they were giving. They're not checking for her. Ain't nobody checking for her. Period. Like I said, Kiki should just left, girl. But Tisha goes to be a confessional, and she's still in her feelings. She says that Kiki's still hanging around like a ghost. That nobody really wants her here. She says that I'm just going to ignore her and have a good time like I always do. And hopefully she don't try that trick again, meaning to throw that drink on your ass. I was like, well, you better keep your third eye open, dear, because you know how quick she is with them drinks over there. She threw that drink on your ass real quick. So you might not want to ignore too much. Okay. Third eye. All right. So the owner of the horse trail, Miss Shaylin, I think her name is Shalon or Shaylin Wyatt or something like that. She speaks to the group explaining what they're going to be doing with the horses in terms of riding the horses and whatnot. So this other person, Dr. Bridget Dealworth, she was there. She also introduced herself, and she was causing them to kind of look like, after she says, oh, I'm a therapist or whatever. They look like, what the fuck? We just came to ride horse. I just came to dance. Y'all know. Y'all remember your girl like on y'all remember the movie? I just came here to dance and that's it. That's how everybody was looking when she was like, I'm a therapist. Like, bitch, we ain't come here to talk and do all that. I just came here to dance. Okay. But Mel was like, I thought we came here just to ride horses. We ain't come here for no damn therapy, okay? Mm-mm. But so Miss Wyatt, honey, Miss Wyatt, the owner of the horse ranch, she tells them to when you get on your horses, honey, y'all just sit back and relax, honey, because it's gonna be like riding in a Cadillac. I was like, I don't know about that, child. But so everybody's excited, honey, to get to start and ride, get to ride a horse. So they're going around and they're picking out the horses that they actually want to ride. They're going around and trying to become one with the horse to see which horse they kind of takes, a liking to them rather. Okay. Kimmy, she's like, oh God, I'm so petrified. I'm not riding a horse. And I'm like, Kimmy, this is the only time I agree with your ass, because I would never ever in life get on a fucking horse. The last time I was on a horse, I put a quarter in that bitch, and when it went off, I got off. I ain't riding no live horse. I don't fuck with them like that, because look what happened to Superman. All right, I said, bitch, if you could paralyze Superman, my ass don't need to be up there, and that's on period. No shade to you, Superman, but hey, stay on your shit like this and not like this. Okay, I'm saying it again, Superman, stay on your shit like this and not like this, because okay, if a horse to throw your ass off, who am I? Who is me to judge? All right, no. But anyway, Kim was like, hell no, I ain't getting up on no fucking horse, and I agree. All right, Stormy, she chooses a horse, but then Courtney's like, yeah, I need to get that horse up off me, because he needed a big horse, because y'all know he big. He big bite. So Courtney is a big bite individual, so he needed a big horse. So Stormy was kind of in her feelings because she had already chose her horse, but she had to give the horse up because Courtney was like, yeah, you got 125 pounds. You need to be over there. And I was like, the fuck lies you tell? When was she 125 pounds? Like, nigga, stop lying to her. Now, I know you loved at her, whatever, like Wanda said. But she is not 125 pounds. She is every bit of maybe 145, 150-ish. All right? Mm-hmm. So Stormy, like I said, she had to choose her another horse, and she was, a little irritated by that. But, whatever. You know your husband got to have a big horse with his thick ass. Because he is cornbread fed out here. But Kim then says, via confessional, like I said, she is petrified to ride the horses, honey. But I was like, girl, use that same energy that you use, girl, when you in there rolling over and taking it with Maurice, girl. Use that energy and get your ass up there on that horse, all right? I ain't the one to tell you that because I ain't going to get up there. But, get up there like you ride on Maurice, girl, and roll over and then roll over and take it. That's all you got to do, girl. Get up there. Okay, get your ass up. Mount up, honey. Mount up and get on your horse, girl. But Tara, move on and ride off onto the sunset, child, like he be riding off on Maurice. But anywho, girl, and anyway, Kimmy then tells her therapist, child, because they walking and talking. She said that I'm gonna be nervous, okay? I'm gonna be a little nervous on them because they can kind of tell when you nervous or whatever when you get around the horses or whatever, girl. I was like, but Maurice don't be nervous, girl. Like I said, get your ass up here and stop acting like you. Any other time, Kimmy got so much to say and she got so much advice for everybody else. So it was just weird seeing her in this space. Like, oh, I'm petrified. Girl, you ain't petrified enough. You want petrified to be a side chick, but moving on. So Courtney then says that horseback riding is his thing. He's excited to get up there and horseback ride, child, because he said, hey, this is my thing. This is what I do, child. Horseback riding, I've been doing this, child. Like, I know how to ride a horse. And I'm excited to ride. So he is happy as hell to get up here and ride a horse, child. All right. So they're all on their horses by this time, and they're riding on the trail. All right, everybody got their horse, they're riding. Everybody they're having a conversation or whatever. Marceau out here with his cowboy hat on and got his pipe in his mouth, child, with his cigar rather. He's talking about, yeah, that's why they call me Django. And I was like, hell no, don't nobody call you no damn Django. Shut your ass up. Then Tisha, she goes be a confessional, child. And she said that Kiki could have ruined the trip. She says, but I want her to know that I no longer want to be a part of her life. I was like, girl, if you don't shut your ass up, go ride this horse. I don't nobody want to hear nothing else about you and Kiki. You made it perfectly clear that you ain't checking for Kiki. Why are you still going to confessional? I don't know. Turn the lights off in confessional. All right. Turn the lights off in confessional, and Tisha's ass, please stay out of confessional because we don't care no more about you and Kiki. Y'all at like 2 5-year-olds now at this point. All right, so Kimmy tells the therapist as they're walking and talking that the day wasn't a great day. She says that bonds were broken and that some things were good that happened and some things were not. All right, so she's just having casual conversation with the therapist. All right, Kimmy also says that she adores Dr. Dilworth after they begin to talk, and it's like they kind of were kind of seeing eye to eye, and they kind of meshed well in terms of the conversation, and they understood each other per conversation. So Kimmy was feeling that, she was digging that. Kind of gave her a little church hug, a little side hug, and they, were kumbaya. Next scene is after riding the horses, it starts to get dark. They're going around this campfire that the people that work there kind of build a campfire for everybody to sit around on the bales of hay to have conversation. Now they're going to do some type of little therapy where the therapist is going to have a conversation with them around this little, I guess, fire pit thingy. And this is after they ate dinner. So they actually ate dinner at the ranch. After eating dinner, they're going to go and sit and talk. But I don't know why Kiki, because y'all know I notice everything. I don't know why Kiki had all this damn chicken grease around her mouth. Like she ain't ate in 30 days and 30 nights like Jesus. But she had all this damn grease around her damn mouth. And the camera crew just put the camera like right here in her damn face. And I said, camera crew. Production, y'all wanted Caramel to see this bullshit because y'all know I was going to talk about it on my show, didn't you? Camera crew was like this right here, Kiki face. Chicken grease all around her shit. I said, Kiki, if you don't wipe your damn mouth on TV, girl, nah, you do not need that much chicken grease on your lips. But anyway, they're all gathered around this damn fire pit, and I'm going to go ahead and play the clip for that, okay? So Caramel can save her voice just a little bit. Okay? Yes, and yes. I hope y'all are enjoying the review thus far. We're about done. We get to the end, though, okay? Those of you that are growing restless. All right.
Well, I'll start. Okay. Yesterday, when I received a phone call, Miss Kiki asked me would I allow her to come down here and be a part of the group because I didn't invite her on the trip. It took a lot out of me to tell her yes, because she threw a drink on her cousin Tisha that sits down on the end. Today, she arrived and all the team building went out the window. The couple that she really has the issue with, I went and talked to them personally, and she's not comfortable with her staying, so I told her that she couldn't stay in the house. Okay. Kiki, do you want to speak on it? I ain't got nothing to say. My question is this. So did you think that you being here would impact Tisha and her husband?
I did what I was supposed to do. I came and I apologized. I gave a sincere apology and I told exactly what I feel. If I apologize and I do what I'm supposed to do, I can't control how other people take it and what they do after. We can move our separate ways and we can occupy the same space and not even see each other. And I'm okay with that. I feel like since Kiki's been here today, she's had really great energy. I feel like it gets kind of hard when you do show up correct and the past just keeps getting thrown at you. So before we just paint Kiki out to be this and just ostracize her because of the drink, that's why we're not supposed to be on the trip. Let's actually try to move forward. And let's let these two cousins have the conversation that they probably need to have. Because right now it's just feeling a lot like, Kiki, you're not supposed to be here. You don't belong. You did this. We know she did this. We also know it was not right. But how do we move forward? Because the truth of it is Kiki is here now. The energy did shift, and we are trying to recenter.
Like Stormy, I want to leave the door open because of love. I want the best that we can be. But I personally think that the best that we can be is, it's not up to us. And it's not something I take lightly by saying I give up on this right here. But I have family members that I love that I don't get along with. And I've been able to heal and do all those things. And to me, I've been looking at this fire and it's like, this fire has been burning. It's been burning the wood. And if I took water and I put it on the fire now, that stops the fire. The fire is no longer burning, but it doesn't bring the wood back. There could possibly be some healing in that relationship. But I do know 1,000% that time is not now. And that time is not even wanted now.
I definitely feel rejected. It's easy to look at Kiki and say Kiki's the problem. However, people don't understand the dynamic of me and Tisha's relationship. People don't know all I've been through with her.
Yeah, I told you they've been going through it since they were kids. They talked about they've been going through it since they were kids. But Tisha used Mel's phrase again, guys, talking about some God said go. When they were saying, when Marceau was saying that in terms of them trying to work things out with Kiki, that this is not the right time, and bottom line that they're just not fooling with Kiki right now, and it's going to take some time. Then Tisha gonna say, well, God said go. See what I'm talking about? No originality whatsoever when it comes to damn Tisha. One thing Tisha gonna do, Tisha gonna take your stuff. That Tisha gonna do that. Okay. I mean, she did it to Stormy. Mel said that she done took several of her phrases before. Hey, it is what it is. But I'm gonna this is the end of the episode, guys. I'm so happy that you guys were here. We got 656 people in the building. Thank y'all for coming and joining me. I hope the likes are up. Because I've been working over here, honey. Okay, working ain't honest, but it pays the bills. All right, we over here working. But I give this episode a 6. Okay, I'll give this episode a 6. All right, let's get into what's going to happen next. Because I always like to give you guys spoilers for what's going to happen next. So next episode is Stormy's family child is going to be back arguing again with Pitbull Betty and Stormy's aunt Lisa. Okay, they're still arguing. And they're having some type of fake ass argument, and it's looking like they're having like a little family reunion or a family get together or whatever. I was like, oh dear God. I'm really not looking forward to seeing that shit because I know it's fake with Pitbull Betty. I really don't want to see Pitbull Betty next episode, but whatever. They need to be showing Miss Van. I'd rather see Miss Van over Pitbull Betty, but whatever. So then Kimmy, next scene is Kimmy tells Maurice that losing her hair was hard. And that the comments were very rough, and it made her cry. Of course, y'all know Maurice is looking all crazy. Like, what comments? Like, nigga, the ones that you made when you talked about your wife not having no hair. She saw that, and that bothered her. Of course, she was saying a lot of people on social media were saying things about her. Probably me, because I said some shit too, because I'd be flying off when I'm mad. Do I apologize? Fuck no. But anyway, so she was saying that it hurt her, and it hurt her feelings or whatever. Feelings are made to be broken. So Kimmy also says that she already felt that she didn't look great, and it kind of made her second guess herself a little bit. Girl, get your hey, you need to get out your feelings, girl. That's what Jasmine Sullivan said, girl. Get out your feelings. You need to get all right. Get out your feelings, girl. But anyway, so next scene is Mel and Martel. They sit down to talk. All right, in my New York accent, they sat down to talk. All right, and Martel tells Melody, he says that I didn't wanted to ruin what we built in order to co-parent the way that we do right now. Like, nigga, what? He says that my hope is that we can stay in a place of peace. When were y'all ever in a place of peace, Martel? What drugs are you on? What weed is you smoking to where you think that you and Melody were ever in a peaceful place? Not even in your marriage were y'all in a peaceful place. I'm trying to figure out where he got that from. So Melody says to him, Melody came back and says, we're not in a peaceful place, Martel. Like, I don't know what the hell you talking about, but yeah, we're not in a peaceful place. All right, Martel, with your old bald-headed, non-reading, broke down, psychotic, desperate, delusional bags under your eyes having ass. All right. Next scene is Tisha and Marceau. They talk about Tisha is upset about the house over there, child, on Bedrock not being built, and she's asking him like, when is the shit gonna get done, and why is it not a priority? Girl, it ain't a priority because he fixed up that little Matchbox house. He renovated that bullshit because y'all ain't got the money. I don't know if you knew or not. Let me go on and hip you up to what's going on in y'all life. You are being sued for $5.5 million for fraud and misrepresentation. And you have another lawsuit of $60,000 from an excavation company, but y'all didn't pay that shit either, but they sued y'all. So that's getting a lot of money right there. That's why y'all ain't built nothing over there on Fair Rock. So Tisha is saying, I'm just upset that it's not a priority that we haven't built our dream home yet. It's just nothing up there but sticks right now up there. I was like, bitch, yes. And don't leave the rocks out either, because it's a whole lot of them motherfuckers up there. Yes, a whole lot of rocks up there. And yeah, and don't forget about the caves. There's some caves up there too. Like, yeah, I know you're feeling a little portrayed or whatever about the house not being built, Tisha. But yeah, y'all not building no house. So move on past that. Be happy that he took your ass to Africa. Y'all know they're in Africa for Christmas, okay? I told y'all that earlier in my other live. But he finally took her to Africa, child, to meet her other sister wives over there, where where he said he ain't have no service, to where now she know that they got service over there. So everything that he was telling her ass when he was over there, he know he done lied to her ass, kind of like that. Yeah. So, but yeah, she tells Marceau that she says that, and can I have my office now? But I'm like, Tisha, why do you need an office when you already said 2 episodes ago when you were over there at the Yoni Spa, girl, with the AKA the crab bowl, where you dropping off them crabs over there in the Yoni bowl, when you told Kimmy that you was going to go back home and be a stay-at-home mom, and that you couldn't take it no more, and that life is just too much for you, and you need to be back in the house. So now this particular episode, you're saying that you need a whole office, and we don't know what you need an office for, because I didn't know stay-at-home moms needed an office. But whatever, girl. That's it, though. That's it, and that's all. So that's going to be the next episode that they're going to be showing. So I hope y'all enjoyed this review, child. I try to give y'all, honey, my whole Anita Baker, the best that I got tonight. And that is it, and that is all. Okay. Somebody said Marcel took a side chick. Child, he did. He had the side chick. Listen, the side chick, she had to test it out first before Tisha took her square ass up over there. So yeah, Tisha, now you get to go and enjoy it, because your sister wife already went over there before you went, girl. So no shade. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank y'all so much for joining, all 639 of you guys. I hope that you guys hit the like button on this video. I hope that you guys have a Merry Christmas, okay? I'm going to try to do a little pop-in on y'all tomorrow. Of course, y'all know now, Camille will not be jumping up for Car Chronicles early in the morning, but we will get one in, because I do have some info that I want to reach out to you guys with, okay? But I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas, okay? I'm going to go finish wrapping gifts and cook a little bit more. Thank you guys. Tyra says great review. Thank you. Okay, love you guys all the way down to the ground. Mars, thank y'all for a great job. Any content creators that joined me tonight, thank you guys as well. Okay, we're gonna get on out of here, guys. Let me go and get some music for y'all. Let's get some up tempo so y'all can get y'all dance on. Honey, it's Christmas. Get y'all drink on. Y'all be safe, be blessed until I see you guys again. Okay, love you guys down, and goodbye.